Good morning this morning. Welcome to a Ohio State offensive line recruiting update video edition of the OHIO podcast. You know what to do and do us a big favor. Smash that like button, hit the thumbs up. It absolutely helps the channel. The other thing you can do if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Ring a ding ding the bell so you get notified every time we go live and another video drops and you won't miss it. The other thing you can do, by all means, make a comment down in the comment section below. The more you all talk, the more the video seems to just reach more eyeballs. And we appreciate that very much here at the OHIO podcast. All right. This week, Ohio State got good news. I think it was Monday night. Monday night, Maxwell Riley, the top offensive lineman in the state of Ohio, committed to Ohio State. That was an absolute banger of a commitment that we absolutely needed. Ohio State had five, I would say, Ohio State caliber linemen. Three of them have already committed elsewhere. We've lost one to Oklahoma. We lost one to Clemson. We lost one to Miami. And we couldn't go for 5. That was an absolute nightmare scenario. We're not going to. We end up hitting a home run with the number one offensive lineman in the state of Ohio. Maxwell Riley is a real dude. He's a dude's dude. We went ahead and we showed you his junior highlight film in the members only edition. We talked about him. We gave him a recruiting grade. The only recruiting grade that really matters, and that is not stars. We hand out Buckeye leaves for recruits here at the OHO podcast. It's something that is completely different than anybody else is doing. It is absolutely worth dropping the $3.99 a month just to go watch the recruiting videos that we do, guys. We're not recruiting experts, but we're Ohio State fan experts, duh. And that's what matters here. So by all means, you should consider doing that if you haven't already. Get a membership, drop the $3.99, become a member, and check out those videos. People love them, and I think you're going to see that the insights we offer from a perspective of a fan is worth that. Plus, we do other things behind the scenes. You get free shipping on anything you purchase from the store too, if you remember. Plus, our preview magazine, which is the best in the biz. I'm not bragging, but I'm going to brag on that. Our preview magazine is the best. You get that absolutely free as well, sent to your inbox if you are a member. It is completely worth the $3.99 just for that. Guys, Maxwell Riley was a huge get. Obviously, he's not the only one we're going to be getting in this class. We're going to have to get 4 to 5, and so that means we're going to have to go and look at other guys too. We can't just get all Ohio guys because they're going elsewhere. So we're going to have to be doing some recruiting outside of the state of Ohio. Now, there is one person we're about to talk about who is one of the top 5 in the state of Ohio. I've talked about him before. Of course, I'm talking about Sam. We'll get to him in just a little bit, but let's start by going down the list of guys who have been offered by Ohio State, who have shown interest in Ohio State, and give you a little bit of an update of where they are at in that recruitment. Of course, losing Justin Fry to the NFL kind of set us back a little bit. New offensive line coach. Tyler Bowen comes in. He hits the ground running. He's only been with the staff now for under a month. And so the offensive line recruiting is taking a little bit of a hit. Not going to lie because of that. But that doesn't mean he can't make up ground and still muster a good class here. In all honesty, probably better than what Justin Fry would have done. Justin Fry, I don't know that he's exactly A-plus recruiter of the offensive line, if you catch my drift. However, I do think he deserves a lot of credit with how the offensive line played heading down the stretch, given all the injuries that they had. So that I will always tip my hat to Justin Fry for. I thought he did a banger of a job in the playoffs. But let's start with the number one guy in the class, the number one overall recruit in the entire country, according to the 247 composite. And of course, we're talking about Jackson Cantwell. So the news on Cantwell's not great here, guys. Miami, Missouri. Of course, he's from Missouri. He's from Nixa, Missouri. Georgia, Alabama, Michigan, Oregon, And can I just be honest with you? I don't think Ohio State's really in this one. I don't. Um, he actually was at the Sydney Olympics this past couple summers ago. Uh, I think he threw shot put, which is incredibly impressive for as young as he was then, right? I think Oregon kind of has a little bit of an advantage here, if you ask me, with given their track program, given where the U.S. Olympic team trains, how they train, how big they are at Oregon due to Nike. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he ends up a Duck. But don't count out the rivals from up north. They are going to be all in on this guy. They would definitely want to give Underwood a left tackle to protect him in year number 2, and he's the best one in the country. So there's that. Georgia seems to be hot to trot on him as well. This is going to be an incredibly interesting recruitment here with the number 1 kid in the country. Can Ohio State somehow sneak in, or does Missouri get the home discount here? Uh, that would be obviously huge for them if they can keep the number 1 kid in the country in their backyard. So be on the lookout for that one. That is incredibly, incredibly interesting to consider. All right, moving forward here. All right, let's talk about Felix Ojo. Now, he's ranked 25th overall in the nation. He's a 5-star, the 4th highest ranked tackle according to the 247 composite, 2nd highest ranked recruit in the state of Texas. Plays at Lake Ridge High School in Mansfield, Texas. Ohio State, Michigan, Texas, Oklahoma. So you got the 2 big schools from down in his neck of the woods and the 2 big ones from up in our neck of the woods. Looking at his timeline, he has got official visits scheduled for Ole Miss on April 18th, Ohio State on May 30th. He's got the school up north on June 6th, Texas, the home state, on June 13th, and Oklahoma on June 20th. He is going to get a massive NIL package offer, no doubt about that, being a 5-star, 6'6", 275, projected to be a tackle, could be kicked in the inside if he wanted to be. I think he's going to probably stick out there as a tackle. Um, and Ohio State's very much on the mix on this one. No crystal balls as of yet. I feel like Ohio State has got an opportunity here. So I'm not like Jackson where I think Ohio State's probably out on him. I don't think they're out on Felix. Uh, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I kind of feel good about this one. Not great. I feel good. Not great, but good. So we'll keep our eye on Mr. Felix. Let's move on to an interior offensive lineman. And listen, this guy, I absolutely love his film. I love everything about this kid. I want to see him in a scarlet and gray uniform so bad. And of course, I'm talking about my man Tommy. I think Tofl is how it's pronounced. San Francisco, California, plays at Archbishop Riordan, maybe Riordan. Um, we are uncultured swine here at the OHIO podcast. It's something we've been uncultured swine for years. That's how we roll here. Looking at his recruitment, Ohio State, Tennessee, Oregon, Cal, UCLA, all in on the mix. He's got an official visit scheduled in California in LA with the Bruins on May 8th. He goes to Cal on May 30th, heading over to Eugene, Oregon on June 8th, the Tennessee Volunteers on June 13th, and he's going to round up and finish off in Columbus, Ohio on June 20th. I like Tommy. I want Tommy. I need Tommy. Tommy is going to be a Buckeye. I feel good about it. I do. I just feel like there's something there that he's going to lean to Buck. I like going last in that, by the way. I like, kids feel good about it, and then they come in that last visit. If it blows them away, it's the last thing they remember. I feel good about this one. I don't know why. I feel like Tommy is going to be a Buckeye. I could be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times before when it comes to recruiting. Who can guess what 18, 17, 18-year-old kids are going to do? I mean, their mind changes like the weather in Ohio. I mean, just wait a few minutes. It's going to change again. So we'll see. We'll see what Tommy does, but I feel good about that one. All right, let's go ahead and talk about John Turntine III. Young man who's really growing into his body. Had a kind of a baby face, a lot of baby weight on him. But the Fort Worth, Texas, North Crowley High School, 6'3" and a half, 275 interior offensive lineman, ranked 29th nationally overall, 5-star recruit, second highest ranked interior offensive lineman in the country, third highest recruit from the state of Texas, according to the composite. Being recruited by Michigan, Georgia, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Texas, Ohio State, and he's got a crystal ball for Texas. He's got official visits scheduled for Texas on June 20th. That's it. That's all I know of. So I don't know that he's got any other official visits scheduled, to be quite honest with you. So are we still in this one? Possibly. Let's see who else he schedules an official visit with. Let's just check that out. Before I say we're out of this one, let's see what else he ends up scheduling, right? All right, let's talk about the other Buckeye, Sam Greer. I say Buckeye, I mean kid from Ohio. So remember, I had a top 5 recruits from the state of Ohio that Ryan Day and his coaching staff needed to get. Maxwell Riley was on that list. Sam Greer is on that list. The Archbishop Hoban High School from Akron, Ohio, offensive lineman, 6'6" and a half, 310 pounds. Nasty. Dude is nasty. Plays 2 sports, plays basketball. Ohio State, Missouri, no crystal balls yet. Those are the 2 schools that a lot of people think he's leaning towards. Um, I think he's scheduled for Ohio State official visit coming up in the end of May, I believe. Maybe it's early June. Um, we'll see. We'll see what happens here with him. I feel really good about this one, guys. I know that Maxwell is recruiting him already. They've been in contact with each other. Uh, he sent a tweet to him when he committed, that being Maxwell. And Sam saw the tweet, obviously, and he's seeing the love from the Buckeye Nation. Ranked 188th overall nationally, composite 4-star recruit, 17th ranked highest offensive tackle in the country, 7th highest ranked recruit in the composites in the state of Ohio, according to 247 Sports. Again, he's in my top 5 must-gets from the state of Ohio. I would love nothing more than the couple Maxwell and Sam Greer together and say we didn't get all 5 of the kids from Ohio, obviously, but we got 2 of the 5, and the 2 we got were the best 2. That's what I would think would be a home run situation here for Tyler Bowen coming in late in this recruitment as Ohio State's offensive line coach. That's kind of how I'm viewing that, and I want to see this young man in scarlet and gray in the worst possible way. All right, last guy I'm going to talk about here, that's JB Shabazz from Kernersville, North Carolina. Ohio State, South Carolina, North Carolina, Auburn seem to be the schools that are hot to trot on him. He's got a official visit scheduled for South Carolina on May 30th, an official visit with North Carolina on June 6th, and an official visit with Auburn on June 13th. No official visit scheduled for Ohio State yet. I do believe the Buckeyes will get an official visit from Shabazz. I do think he's someone who is still in play for the Buckeyes. We'll see. Again, Ohio State wants to get 4 or 5 offensive linemen in this class. They've got 1. If Sam decides to commit, that would be 2. If they could get Tommy to hit, that would be 3. And maybe Felix would be 4. And if they could get JB here, that would be 5. That would be the best offensive line haul we have had in a recruiting class at Ohio State decade and a half, maybe longer. Do I think that's probably going to happen? No, I don't think that. I don't think we're going to get all those guys, but that would sure be nice, wouldn't it? That would sure be nice. Let's do a quick review if you guys don't mind here. Here's where I'm sitting at, guys. I think Jackson Cantwell, he's the one in red there that's highlighted. I think he's out. I just don't see him in this class. Felix Ojo, John Turntine III, JB Shabazz, I got them in yellow. That's caution. I think we're cautiously optimistic about those three. Maybe we get one. Maybe we can get two. Tommy and Sam, I've got them in green. I think we're in the lead. I think that means we are in the lead. We just need to bring it home, right? We need to close out those recruitments, close them out, get some sprinkles on the ice cream, right? Sprinkles are for closers. Let's close out those recruitments, get Sam, get Tommy to go with Maxwell, and I'm feeling pretty good about those three. And if we could get another one of those other three or two of them, boy, oh boy, we are in business. Let's just say we get one. Let's say we get one between Felix, John, and JB to go with Tommy, Sam, and Maxwell. I'm feeling really good about this recruiting class. And then we can maybe go look for a project, someone who's got tremendous upside, maybe someone who right now is like a low 3-star, no one really knows who they are, and then they just blow up this summer in the camps. And then he has a great senior year, and you get one of those kids who comes in late that everybody was kind of sleeping on. That's definitely a possibility. Maybe they go back to the portal. Don't know. You never know what the portal's going to look like. Maybe some maybe a 5-star kid from last year jumps in the portal because he's like, you know what, I'm not feeling it here, and I want to go get developed at Ohio State. You never know what'll happen. Something like that could happen. But as you can see, Maxwell Riley, he's in the class. He's committed, right? So we're going to put him under the committed. We'll see which one of these kids are the next to go in. If I was a betting man, Sam Greer is the next one to commit. And or Tommy. I think one of those two in my opinion, are the next to jump in the class. Why are you so high on Tommy? I just got a good feeling. It's just a feeling. I've got no intel. I've not talked to Tommy. I just have a feeling that he's going to end up in this class. Call it intuition. We'll see. I love how we're the last one to go on that recruitment when it comes to the visits. I feel that sets up very nicely for us. All right, guys. All this talk reminds me of one of my favorite verses from 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. My strength is made perfect in weakness. Stay humble, my friends. Through humility, you will find true strength in your life. I absolutely promise you. Please like, share, subscribe. Do those three things. Helps out the channel very much. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know what you think. Have you heard some other intel? I'd love to know. Let's have a great conversation about offensive line recruiting. It's my favorite position to talk recruiting about because it just seems to cause a lot of emotion. A lot of that was through Justin Fry the last few years. But I love talking offensive line recruiting. It's my favorite position to look at and watch in the recruiting process. And so that's the first one we'll start. We'll jump on another position here next week and continue to follow the recruiting as we get closer and closer to those official visits and the recruiting class continues to grow, guys. Until next time, be kind to one another. I owe someone's OH. Sing Carmen Ohio with all your heart, guys. You know what to do.